We have decided to open a theme park.
Let's talk about that. Who says what?
You say Good Mythical Morning. Have you never watched this show?
I didn't know that I was definitely the one to say it. But I'll say it. I volunteer to say it. Good Mythical Morning.
Thank you for being here today, for logging in. I am Lon Lightning.
And I am Red Rabbit Claw.
And we are...
Well, you don't let me say my last name. It's a stage name, but I usually don't disclose that. But I feel like these people are like family.
I'm Lon Lightning.
And I'm Red Rabbit Claw Moonshine.
And we are Rabbit Lightning. Thank you for having us today.
A lot of people are probably wondering where Rhett and Link are.
I myself am wondering that.
Well, Rhett and Link had some prior engagements. I don't believe that we're been authorized to disclose the particular nature of the events that they are
something to do with
in.
shoplifting.
And they asked us to fill in, and as always, we're here for those boys, and we will do anything for them. I believe that one of us is related to them. Are you?
One of us.
And we are so proud to be a part of this enterprise. We have watched...
Well, it's an interesting thing. This show on the internet.
We have watched for some time from the sidelines. I will say that I've never actually sat the whole episode because I mean, 10 minutes on the internet seems like a waste of time.
We move and shake so much that we're movers and shakers. We cannot, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
we cannot not move or shake.
But sometimes Rhett or Link will send us a little tidbit from one of these things.
A hyperlink.
And I'll watch a little bit of it. I'll be like...
And then you tune out.
I'm like, I got the idea, and then I'm on to the next thing.
Now, you may, not you, but they, I didn't mean to touch your bicep.
Please don't do that ever again.
You may know us from our appearance on Rhett and Link's The Mythical Show.
'Cause sometimes life gives you lemons, and the lemonade you make is poisonous. Sometimes the night gives you women, and these women turn out to be cannibals, and then you yell, help us!
If you do not know us from The Mythical Show, you may know us from our debut album, which was also called Rabbit Lightning. There was a big controversy over that internally, over if we should self-title the album. I thought it was repetitive.
And do you really want to get into that here?
Why say the title? Why say the band name twice and not have an album name? I don't
That's the
understand.
way you stick it into a teen's mind. You have to say a teenager needs to hear something approximately 19 times before they understand it.
And well, tell that to Tyrone. He doesn't even speak to me anymore.
You're going to bring your stepson into
You
this.
may know us from our second album, Saddle Sore, which went multi-platinum. And by that, I mean that we made it out of many layers of platinum. That's a little joke. We sold it out of the trunk of my car.
Yeah, actually, we're not on iTunes yet, but we plan to be, and at that point, I believe it'll be a breakthrough for us.
Right.
We did, however, make a cameo appearance in a Luke Bryan song on Great American Country before he was Luke Bryan, when he was Luke Dickens.
It was sponsored by a cigarette company and was subsequently removed from the shelves.
Can we get on to the real reason that we're here? Obviously, we're here to substitute.
Well, they're just shooting the breeze.
Well, no. Usually, they said that we can do anything we wanted to. We can talk about anything we want to. So I said, well, let's talk about the
cigarette
plans.
Sponsorship.
No, the plans.
And targeting children and how that's not right.
The plans that we have. Last summer, we spent a good month at Dollywood. We paid for one day.
We paid for one ticket, actually, and we got in.
Well, can I tell the story?
You hid under here.
We paid for one day, and then we found a little crevasse near the Eagles enclosure and found that you could cover yourself in pine straw at night, and then when the park opened, you just sort of get up and brush your pine straw off, and we inhabited Dollywood for 1 month.
Here's a good joke. Did you not think there'd be a huge crevasse at Dollywood? Think about it.
I understand. I get that, and I like it. I approve of that.
And she is a country western icon, so of course, we follow closely in her footsteps. And there's room enough for 2 theme parks, country western theme.
So that's our
Second one being ours.
roundabout way of announcing that we are officially beginning to plan to begin to think about opening a theme park called Rabbit Lightning Land.
And we're just ideating at this point.
Currently,
Looking for investors.
it is a 2-part park. It has a rabbit part and it has the lightning part.
And of course, his name is Rabbit. And my last name is Lightning.
And I feel the best way to take control of this is you take the lightning portion and you design it. I want nothing to do with it.
Already done.
And I'll take the rabbit portion and then we'll bring them together. And then the only thing we need to kind of come to terms on together is like the admissions process.
Okay, pay money and enter. Okay, tell me about your side of the park.
Well, I think the key to the side of the rabbit park is there will be a lot of rabbits. I've done some research, and if I get 1 pair of rabbits and I give them the right breeding circumstances, which is a cage,
You're going to cage your rabbits?
I'm going to encourage the rabbits to mate within a cage. After approximately 7 months, after approximately 7 months, I will have about 22,000 rabbits. And at that point, I'm going to put a low fence, a 2-foot fence around the perimeter and just let them loose. That's pretty much what the rabbit portion is going to be.
Wild rabbits?
The kids can pet the rabbits, and the parents can wring the necks of the rabbits, and we have a cook. We have a cook on site who will make a stew or a ceviche or something like that out of your rabbits. And you can, it's sort of like play with the rabbits, eat the rabbits, take one home. We got 22,000 of them growing every day. That's pretty much what I'm planning.
You know, if me and Mama had stayed together, our second child was going to be named Ceviche. Didn't come to fruition.
Tell me about your part of the park. I feel like the lightning portion.
I think the thing in most theme parks that's overlooked is the restrooms. Now, it's one thing to keep a restroom clean. It's another thing to make it itself amusing. Now, when I was growing up with Rabbit, we would go into the cow pasture and we'd have lots of fun with the cows, just chasing them. But to get in, there's an electric fence, and there's a myth that if you pee on the electric fence, that it will jolt you.
That's not a myth.
And I think that you should pee on an electric fence in the restrooms and get a little taste of the lightning. And then forever how long you can go, you get a monetary reward. You get a refund.
That's your idea?
That's my idea, yeah. All I've got so far is a restroom.
Any sort of like Tesla coil or something like that? I was thinking there'd be a Tesla coil.
Yeah, you pee on a Tesla coil.
You don't want to pee on
that.
a Tesla coil. Maybe there should be an opening between Rabbit Land and Lightning World, and it's just a little fence, a little hole, just big enough for one rabbit to get through. And I put it in a part where the rabbits might have trouble finding it, but then the hope is that every once in a while, one of those rabbits will get loose and maybe get electrocuted. And that'll be
Well, you want your rabbits to die.
There's got to be some form of population control.
I'm going to have I'm going to have every animal but a rabbit, and if you ride the animal, you get to keep it. If you can ride the animal, you can keep it. Did you understand?
What does that have to do with lightning?
Nothing. Everything doesn't have to do with lightning. Some things just have to do with having fun.
I don't feel like you've really thought this through. I believe there is something...
Listen, Mr. Thousands of Rabbits, I've got people can make money back by using the restroom, and people can take home an animal of their choosing.
After they get their tallywhacker shocked.
Some are more dangerous than others. You can take home a dangerous animal. The danger, if you can subdue it.
This is when we're supposed to
We're
say...
supposed to invite in the comments.
No, we say...
for people to brainstorm to our theme park. Brainstorm to it.
You know what time it is.
Yes.
I'm Tommy Sharon from Sweden, and it's time to spin the wheel of mythicality.
All right, now we spin this.
Drag up the wheel. I've watched this. This is my favorite part. when they spin this, and they say,
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
"Were you going to spin?"
Well, I was going to spin this way, and you nearly cut my finger off.
Yeah. You want me to kiss it? Are you whining?
Well, you can. I mean, listen. I don't want to get in between you and the wheel.
No, I want you to spin the wheel. Spin the wheel when I wasn't looking.
Look at that spin.
Rhett Link says go to their Tumblr page. They told us to say that. They've got lots of things over there.
Rhett turns into a werewolf.
Rhett's not here.
I could turn into a werewolf, man.
You favor him.
Hey, man. Look at this, man. Something weird's happening on the surface of my hands.
Like what?
I've grown hair in a place that's not normally there. That could be a good line in a song.
What are you looking at?
The monitor lizard over there that people are
It's a
waiting
monitor lizard over there.
to ride at Lightning World.
So you're a what?
A werewolf. Where am I?
If I ride you, then I can take you home. I learned about the birds and the bees, ironically enough, through birds and bees. That's where the saying comes from.